Well, I've been in the entertainment industry on a consistent and serious note for about 12 years now. And it was like surprising because that wasn't the direction I was heading to or heading towards, especially in the sector that I'm in. I would have never guessed that that was going to end up being the direction that I was going to go in with the entertainment industry. I wanted to be a professional fashion designer. I have clothing lines, and I'm still pursuing that. I have a design company. I'm still pursuing that, but I thought that that would take off first before any other of my entertainment career endeavors. So this was surprising, pleasantly surprising, but it was surprising. Some of the main challenges that I face being in the entertainment industry is a lot of messy people. You deal with a lot of messy people. You have a lot of people that say one thing, but they contradict themselves. Whereas they don't want to go through your website, they don't want to follow your protocols for businesses and to receive business services. They don't want to pay you for anything either. They always want everything free, free, free. They don't like to pay for nothing. And a lot of times they would just go and try to find somebody. And most times people do. They'll find someone that can provide the services for them for free. And then you have it where you have people who tries to nitpick you just to try to either become your competitor or just to tear you down or to go back and tell a competitor what you're doing, how you operating things as a way to try to kind of like steal your idea, your concept, your flow, which is really stupid and foolish because to each his or her own. You know, there's an audience for everyone, so you don't have to be doing things or operating in the exact same capacity or manner as another person or business. You can self-stamp it and have it your own custom way. It doesn't have to be duplicated or a copy of someone else's. And that lacks creativity too. And, you know, you have a lot of people that are just lazy. So they're opportunistic people. So therefore, they don't want to do the legwork. So what they do is they just try to find people who has already done the legwork and pretty much just try to take whatever idea concepts they had so that they don't have to sit down and actually think and process information. Some people are really just that pathetic and sorry and lazy, and I hate to say it that way, but it's nevertheless the truth. Oh, most definitely. We definitely have had people try to defame my character, um, defame my business. Um, that's why, like for me, when I go on sites like Yelp or when I see Google reviews, even if I'm seeing a lot of people making the same derogatory or similar derogatory statements or comments about a particular business, we have learned to think outside the box because like for my own experience, um, I had a person who could not get what they wanted out of me, and what they did is part of our messaging back and forth to each other. When I finally snapped, that's the only portion that this individual took and screenshotted and plastered it on social media to try to make it seem like, you know, I was doing something wrong. But common sense seemed like it would have told people, okay, the conversation couldn't have just up and started like this. Like, what happened? What was the conversation prior to that? But a lot of people are messy anyway. And then you have people who are very biased. Like, they're going to believe whoever they want to believe. Like, if they favor this person more, they're going to go and ride on their boats regardless of if they're right or wrong. We see this all the time. You see a lot of times people try to justify wrongful and bad and inappropriate behaviors of individuals because of who they are, because they favor them more, because they may be a family member, maybe their child or their sibling, parents. So some people are going to do that, and that's understandable, but you can't go around defaming people's character, because I could have really taken it to a level where I could have sued the individual, and I definitely would have won because I had more than enough proof. But I did not do that because I was focusing on other issues that I was dealing with my health, and I didn't need the stress, and it just wasn't worth it to me. I wasn't going to give that person that kind of power. And in a way, and at the same time, I would have still been taking power back. But it was just, I wanted to choose my battles. And what happened with this situation, instead of people even reaching out, I had like a couple of people that reached out to find out what happened, that were on this individual's team and favorite, and that was friends with this individual. And never one time did I go into details to disclose. I could have easily exposed this individual and showed people exactly how nasty this person really is, and that this person wears a mask, that this person appears to be so sincere, so sweet, and so meek and honest and kind, but there's a Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Hyde persona with this individual. And I was going to I could have exposed it, but like me stated, I didn't do it because I was too focused on things to me that felt was more important, and that was my health, that was my sanity, and just continuing to focus on my business instead of entertaining the asinineness of that individual. And so, it was just funny when I was just reading, like, how people are just so-called themselves, I guess they so-called themselves, insulting me or bashing me that was on this team, that other person. And I would just sit back, and it was just funny to me because I was like, these people have never even used my services. I never even had a conversation with them. I don't know anything about them. They don't know anything about me as far as in my services, how I go about doing things. We never had any type of business interaction for them to even try to formulate any type of opinion. But they were going solely by what this one person stated that only showed them the conclusion of our email conversation, but never disclosed or did screenshot of the beginning of the conversation when the person came at me very disrespectfully, very rude. And even with that, I was still being cordial, being professional, trying to be polite, but you can only take so many hits. You're not going to keep just letting people slap you and punch you. After a while, you're going to start hitting back. And when I finally swung back, then that's when it became a problem. So I don't go by a lot of times when I see a lot of people have bad reviews, because they can have friends and family members go under that person's or that company's business and make these kind of derogative comments and statements about that business or that individual, and they don't be true at all. And a lot of times they haven't even conducted any type of business with that individual or with that company, but they just going by who, their favorite. This is my favorite person. I favor this person over you. They don't have no reason to lie, and a lot of people feel that way, but that's not true. It just isn't true. So I don't get caught up in what I see as a person's rating, because we know that people can twist things to make it fit their narrative, or just because you didn't bow down to their friend or their loved one, and that person couldn't have their way with you, so they would then go on and attack and try to defame your character and your business and your reputation, and never ever done any business with you at all. So I don't get caught up in that. So that's one of the experiences that I've had. And the saddest part about it, I won't say the saddest part, the most pathetic thing about these individuals is, contrary to what this individual was saying, I was showing proof that it was otherwise, that it was not what it was, what this individual was stating, and what this rumor this individual had started spreading, that it was nothing like that. These individuals who are there, that team, that person, never bothered to look at any of the concrete evidence and proof that I presented, because they had already made up in their mind that they're going to favor that person regardless, and they were going to take up for them regardless whether they were right or wrong. It was just the fact that they favor that individual more than me. So who am I? It's almost kind of like being faithful and being loyal. Maybe this could be considered an analogy, a synopsis, or I can just say this hypothetically. If I was taking a road trip and I was trying to go to Texas, I would not take a direction that's going to send me in the total opposite direction, right? And so it's just like with my business. When I run and operate my business, I run and operate it in the direction that I want it to go, which is to a Fortune 100, a major, successful, very lucrative Fortune 100, 500 company business one day. So I for me, have the tendency to conduct my business in that fashion, and it bothers a lot of people. Because they see it as, you're an independent small business. Why are you trying to act like you are on a level of corporate America when you're not? But if I'm making a red velvet cake, I'm not going to use the recipe for a peach cobbler. It's simple as that. And I got a little backlash from that too, because, say for instance, it's like when you're a small independent business and you treat your business like it is a Fortune 500 company or 100 company. A lot of people really do have an issue with that. Like, for instance, there were some situations that was going on that I knew would affect my business and me being able to provide certain services. So I was very upfront about it. I posted it, and I had people inbox me, criticizing me for it, saying that I shouldn't have done this, shouldn't have done that, because it's going to make me look bad. You're a small independent business. You don't want to do that. But I'm not going to be deceptive. So it seems like the fact that I would not be deceptive and would be honest and upfront about it bothered people. But if Amazon or Facebook or any major corporation like that disclose any information, like if their customers' accounts was compromised in some kind of way, and their sensitive information may have gotten hacked or something, they would announce it, and they're supposed to by law. So by law, federal laws, and that's the thing, people don't understand the law. Federally, by the law, I'm supposed to expose that. I'm supposed to disclose it. I don't supposed to keep stuff like that hidden and secretive. It wasn't anything like that though. It was just I was being real sick. I was really sickly, and I didn't understand what was going on, and the issues that I was having from these illnesses and diseases, because I found out later on that I was suffering from some different chronic illnesses and diseases, and I didn't understand and know that at the time, and I did not know the symptoms of these chronic diseases and illnesses. So I was trying to I was in denial about it, to be honest with you, and I was fighting a fight that I had no idea I was fighting. I was in a battle literally of my life, where my life was literally in danger, and I could have died permanently, because I have been arrived at the ER DOA a few times, and I could have never been revived, So I was really dealing with a lot, in that fashion, and so it did affect certain aspects of my business, actually a lot of aspects of my business, to the point where at first, before I started entertainment company, I had an online, well, I had the online media publication, and I also added the entertainment aspect of it, because I was like, I host events and stuff too, so I just added that to it. So I had to I pulled myself completely away from everything for several years, because I was really going through a lot in my health. And excuse me, and the symptoms, they were really bad, from cognitiveness, where I couldn't recognize people, remember words, couldn't spell things, couldn't write. You know, it was just a lot that I was going through. Couldn't bathe myself, had to be carried to the bathroom to use the restroom and stuff. It was a lot. I couldn't even open a bottle cap off of a bottled water, couldn't hold a cup, couldn't hold a spoon. Like, my son literally had to feed me like I was a baby. Um, so I was dealing with a lot. And so a lot of times people who are behind, well, being a woman in any industry is very challenging, especially when you are a melanin woman. And it's not that I'm pulling a race card or a sexist card. I'm just being realistic about it. And we have seen where, I know from what I have seen and experienced, where they have had someone come in that is of a lighter complexion or that's non-melanin. These are on some certain previous jobs that they had, and they will put this individual over a department or over a group of people, solely because of the color of their skin. They didn't have the experience or anything, and so we have dealt with a lot of discrimination, even when you don't want to give yourself sexually, or you don't be flirtatious to the point where it leads up to a sexual relations. Sometimes you can be shown off, or all of a sudden, next thing you know, people have pulled away from you. So we have experienced that in sexual harassment, actually. But that is something that happens a lot in pretty much any industry with women, regardless of their nationality or race. A lot of women deal with that on the workplace, in the workplace, and in their field of career. And it's really sad that, you can't just be a woman without someone trying to use you as a sperm bank or for their sexual gratifications. And when you decline and you don't give into it, all of a sudden you are out of the picture. You're not up for that raise anymore, that promotion or that bonus, or they'll start giving you a hard time, doing things to try to push you out the door, and try to cause problems with you so that they can have a reason to terminate you. Because right here in the state of Georgia, companies can terminate you for pretty much any reason. They don't have to give you a reason, but if they list a reason, they have to be able to prove that reason. And a lot of times it's usually because, particularly I know for me, it's because I would give in to sexual advances, and I would not allow that masculine aggression to intimidate me and push me around. And that became a problem with a lot of male supervisors and employers that I have had in my past. And that's just the realization. So yeah, it happens. Surprising facts about me is that, okay, this is going to definitely be a shocker. I used to want to be a porn star. I really did. I used to. Because I was caught up in the glamorization of it, the nice sexy heels and lingerie, because I love stuff like that. I love lingerie, exotic stuff, and the platform heels and all of the bling jewelry and stuff. It just looks so glamorized. So I thought I wanted to do that. So that's a surprising, shocking fact about me. Another, I'm gonna give you three more. Okay, I love to drag race. I love to drag race. I haven't done that in so long, but man, there's a strip out in Commerce, Georgia. I think it's called Atlanta Speedway, a roadway or something like that. You can race your own vehicle. I love to do that. I used to do that all the time. I was with a guy. We were together in a relationship, and he used to take me there all the time. And I used to be bidding. And it's like, I don't know. I just will always, every single time, get it right and stuff. And so, the people start asking me, they'll pay me to tell them what car was going to win. And the cars will win. And so I was making money just from guessing which car will win. I don't know how I knew it, but I just did. I don't know if I can still do that to this day. I don't know. Maybe I still have that, gift or not. But for some reason, I was able to always guess it. But I wanted to start drag racing, so I did. So that's something that's... a third fact about me is I want to be a pilot. I started school to be a pilot at one point in time, and then I could continue on paying it because it became too expensive in my situation. So I had to drop out, but I wanted to be a pilot. Still do. I'm still eventually wanting to get my pilot license where I could where I could fly both an airplane and a helicopter. Yes, I do want to do that. And let me see. The other, I like to, I like extreme sports. I like to do crazy stuff like bungee jump off bridges and do crazy things like that. Yeah. Too scared to do it, but it looks dangerously fun. And it's the dangerous part that keeps me from doing it. I'm not jumping off no bridge or no rope, no rubber band or whatever they use. No, I'm not doing that. So I just sit back and admire and just admire the other people who do it, because I'm sorry, I'm not that bold to actually do that, but it looks exciting to me and stuff. So yeah, I like to do extreme things like that, parasailing and jumping out of airplanes and stuff. Yeah. Oh, we love animals. Like, they want to get some horses one day. I love horses. Oh my God. Love myself some horses, especially the Parisian horses, the Gypsy horse, and the Clydesdales. Oh, I love the stallions too, but they're mean. The Mustangs, they're mean. Nice wild horses and mean. They're very hard to train and tame. Extremely. When I say wild on another level, they are. But once you get them subdued and trained and everything, they're just as sweet and kind. It's kind of how people say how pit bulls are. They're just naturally aggressive and dangerous unless they receive a lot of love and a lot of attention and affection and treat it right. And it seems like it subdues that aggressiveness in them to just be like that, period. Towards anybody, whether you're the owner of the pit bull or not, because I have seen a lot of very meek and nice and nonviolent pit bulls. Like, they're not going to just attack you just because you're there, But yeah, I love animals, and I do like horses. I have a rabbit right here. He's over there eating his kale right now. So yeah, I'm an animal lover. I love animals. I don't not care too much for reptiles unless it's a belt or something. I mean, I wouldn't want one to be killed for that purpose. I don't believe in killing animals to make jewelry and furniture and accessories and things like that for out of their skin. Now, if the animal happens to die, natural cause, or by injury or something, and then they take the skin and they use it, to make things out of, then that's one thing. But to kill it just to make something out of it, I don't like that. No. That's why I don't wear stuff. I'm not going to wear anything that I know is made of rare animal that has been slaughtered for that purpose. I don't even eat meat. Except I do now. I will say I got to take back. I do eat seafood. because you can't just, you have to get seafood fresh. I do eat seafood, so maybe I don't know, maybe some people consider that to be hypocritical. I don't know, but I do like my seafood, especially my crab legs, and I love fish. Well, right now with technology being so advanced, and you can pretty much reach people at your fingertip these days. You have to really know your audience and know your markets. If you are, like for my company, I don't segregate and cater to a particular group of people or nationality of people, race or sex, gender, or anything like that of person, even age group. So if you catering to a particular group of people, then you need to know what they like, what is popular with amongst that group, and do your research. A lot of people just come out with ideas, they get excited, and they take off with it. No, you have to understand your competition. You got to understand the do's and the don'ts. You got to understand the pros and the cons. You need to understand how much it's going to take to invest in order to get it off the ground the way you want it. And see, one thing about social media have the tendency, they promote whoever they want to promote. You can have videos like, excuse me, this young lady on YouTube, and she has a van that she lives in, living on off grid and on the road. And I think she only has like one or two videos, and she has over 3 million followers and subscribers. So I know social media has the tendency to push whatever they want to push as well, without you paying for the promotions and for them to boost your posts and all of that. So that also could be a factor and an issue on, or it could be rewarding. So it all depends. So you have to make sure that whatever it is that you're doing, that you understand the business aspects of it, and you understand your market, you understand who and what your competition is, and things of that nature. You just have to understand it's a roadmap to it. So you got to know how to travel on that roadmap if you want to turn out successful in your career endeavors. Oh yeah, my advocacy mission is Gloves On campaign. I have a petition that people go on the website and actually sign a petition. They can make a monetary donation if they like, and or become a team player and member in supporting me through my advocacy mission. Because I still battle the chronic illnesses, diseases. I've still been battling them for several years now. And like I said, I didn't realize how aggressive they were and how bad they were until it was literally I won't say too late, but it was too late as far as it catching up on me. It literally caught me by the element of surprise. I was completely surprised by, the things that I was experiencing and the symptoms and the effect that it was having. I was not expecting those things at all. I had no idea that would even happen. I thought I was going to get like some shots, get some infusions or whatever. I thought even they may do surgery or something. I didn't think that it was going to get as bad as it got. So I ignored a lot of the warning signs because I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm trying to be positive, having faith, believing that I would be healed and I'm not going to have to go through it. And needless to say, it ended up putting me on my back for a while. Like I was bedridden and everything. So I'm just grateful to be alive and able to get back into doing what I enjoyed doing. And I like the fact that I have this entertainment company because the entertainment business that we have and that we created is to expose and to display all of the gifts and talents and skill sets that we've been blessed to have. And so it gives me an outlet for that, from my designing company to my cooking to my holistic remedies and and lifestyle and everything. So it gives me a platform for that, and also to reach out to other people, to get to know people of different cultures and nationalities, and all of that. And I just absolutely love that. I'm very cultural, so I actually enjoy learning about other cultures and traditions and things. So yeah. See Entertainment Networks, a multicultural and diverse world in one place.